Hi, it's Nørgaard. So today I'm using this palette for my makeup tutorial. So this is theBalm's Nude palette. So I did kind of a bronzy, a little bit rose goldy kind of eye look. And I think this is a really classic look because you can almost always wear a bronze smoky eye. And I teamed it up with a dark neutral lip instead of my usual nude lip. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this look. So as always, if you like the look, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and watch in high definition. And without further ado, here comes the tutorial. So my hair is all types of messy, but I will fix it towards the end of the video. Maybe. Anyways, I just applied my Equate Allergy Relief eye drops to take the redness out of my eyes, and now I'm going to use these two Smashbox primers. So this is the regular photo finish foundation primer and this is the pore minimizing one. I'm going to mix the two together and I go ahead and apply that all over my face, including underneath the eyes. And I saw Amy Macedo do this. She mixed these two primers. And since I have them both, I thought I would try that out as well. So for a foundation, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Luminous Plus Smooth Foundation for normal to dry skin. I do have oily skin, but I just love trying new foundations. This foundation is really liquidy, so you have to be careful that you don't spill it. The other day I was working with this foundation and I was going somewhere, so I didn't have a lot of time, so I was trying to, do my makeup quickly, and I spilled the foundation all over my desk. Luckily it wasn't all over my outfit. That would have been super not fun. And I'm going to pounce it in with my beauty blender. I think if you have dry skin or if you love a dewy foundation, you will really like this. It is a good medium coverage and it just looks so natural on the skin. It really does look super natural. Of course, it's not going to be my favorite foundation just because I love complete coverage and a matte finish. But as I said, I love to try new things. And of course, I'm going to build on this foundation like I do with almost all foundations. And I stippled that out, and this time I'm a little more careful when I stipple because I'm trying to get as much coverage as I can. And I do take it down the neck because it isn't my exact color. So as you guys can see, this foundation is super luminous, so I will definitely have to set it with some nice powder because I'm gonna be an oily mess if I don't. But first I'm going to do some cream contour and highlights. So I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal concealer in the color Beautiful Bronze to contour my face a bit. So I'm going to do a bit here by my cheekbone, and I'm going to blend it out immediately because I don't really remember if these concealers set super quickly. And I don't want this line to set on my face. So I'm using the fat end of my beauty blender to blend out the contour, the same end I used for my foundation. And then I use the tip to kind of, blend it into the foundation. So now I go ahead and use the tip to make sure it's not too harsh. Furthermore, I go ahead and do my forehead a little bit. So this color is quite dark, as you can see. I definitely could have used a lighter color, but these concealers do blend out beautifully, so it's not, too much of an issue. And I also do my jawline. So now finally I'm going to contour my nose. So I'm going to drag the product down the sides of my nose, closer in than where my actual nose bridge is. And then I will go ahead and blend that out. So now I'm going to highlight my face with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Fair Neutral. And this I am going to use to conceal my under eyes and also to kind of, clean up the cream contour. And then of course I go ahead and highlight all the other areas of my face that I usually highlight. So I just cleaned off the tip a little bit of my beauty blender, and now I'm using the tip to blend it out, and then I blend it into my skin with with the big fat end of the beauty blender. So before I actually go ahead and set this whole face, I'm going to also add some liquid highlighter right on my cheekbones. So I'm going to use Nars Orgasm Illuminator, but since I think this is going to be a bit too dark, I'm going to mix in some e.l.f. Shimmering Facial Whip in the color Spotlight, so it's a white highlighter. So once I have that mixed, I'm going to go ahead and dab it on my cheekbones. So since this highlighter is shimmery and I don't want to dull it down with my matte powder, I'm going to set it with my powder highlight, and today I'm using the e.l.f. Baked Blush in the color Pinktastic. So I'm going to lightly set that. So all over the rest of my face I'm going to use the Clinique translucent loose powder, and I'm starting with my under eye area where I'm using my Kat Von D brush, and I go ahead with my usual large powder brush and I set the rest of my face. So now I'm going to do some powder, bronzer and contour, and I'm going to start out with the Nørgaard color Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in the color Sunny. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. Stipple Brush and run this over top of the cream contour. So just go over all the areas, and I'm going to add just a tiny bit of this Nørgaard color wheel in the color All Over Bronze Glow, just to contour my nose and my cheekbones to make sure those are super defined. And I'm using a little brush from W7. And of course for my nose I use my trusty old e.l.f. fan brush. So now I'm going to go ahead and blend everything out, and I'm going to add a bit of some orange blush from my Too Faced Love Flush Blush Palette, and I'm going to use this orangey peachy color called I Will Always Love You, and I'm just brushing a bit of that on the apple of my cheek. And finally I'm just adding a bit more highlighter, powder highlighter, and I also add the highlighter to my nose and my cupid's bow. And finally I'm going to set my face with the City Color All Set Setting Spray. And I just do my usual 9 sprays. So as always, I brush through my brow hairs. This is really important to me because I do use a lot of foundation and powder, so they do get kind of messy. So once that's done, I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow, and my color is soft brown. And with my Primark angled eyeliner brush, I'm going to fill in my brows. So as you guys know, I leave the inner parts bare and I use a light powder in here just to make the look more soft. And for that I'm going to use the e.l.f. eyebrow kit in Ash. So this is just a really light, cool toned brow powder that I apply right here in the front. And to set my brows in place, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Clear Brow Mascara. And I am using the Dip Brow, so that gives some hold to my brows already. So I don't really need that much of this clear brow gel. So now I'm going to clean up the underneath part of my brows with my concealer and this e.l.f. concealer brush. And of course I'll blend it out with my beauty blender. And then brow number 2. And then blend it out. To prime my eyelids, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Just the original one, and I'm just going to add that right on my lid, and I'm going to blend it up into the concealer, and I prefer to use my finger for this. So here is the palette I'm going to be using today. This is the Nude Dude Volume 2 palette by theBalm, and I definitely have my eye on this Fit color right here, which is like a nice rosy golden bronzy color. But I think first I'm going to highlight my brow bones with my face highlighter, which today is the e.l.f. Pinktastic, as you guys know. So I'm going to run that on top of the concealer, all the way from the inner part of the brow bone to the outer part. And I'm actually using a concealer brush that I got from my 10-piece foundation and concealer brush set from eBay. So now I'm going to take the color Fit from my Nude Dude palette. And this is going to go all over my lid with my MAC flat shader brush. I think this is the 242. This is such a pretty color and super pigmented. I am only applying, one layer. I'm not dipping my brush back in for more, and I can cover my entire eyelid. So I'm actually going to mix the two matte crease colors. So that's Flawless and Feisty. So this one is cool toned, this one is warm toned. I'm going to mix the two. And with my MAC blending brush, I'm going to add that into the crease. And you guys know the drill. Just keep on blending until either your arm or your eye gets tired. Then you know you have blended enough. And I make sure to really blend it in here in the inner part of the crease. And to deepen up things, I'm going to take the color Fine, which is a nice dark brown with some shimmer. And with a smaller blending brush, this one is from Morphe, I'm going to apply this darker color out here in the outer corner. And it's going to look a bit unblended this far, because it is. But I'm going to blend it really soon with my big fluffy blending brush. So now I go back in and blend it out. So around the inner corner, I'm going to mix Fabulous with Faithful. And I'm going to apply that right in here around the tear duct. And now I'm just touching up the color Fit on my eyelid to make sure that's nice and bright. So off camera, I'm just going to apply Fit, the color I used on my eyelid, underneath my lower lash line all along. And then in the outer corners, I'm going to use the darkest color called Fine, just to tie the bottom lid together with the upper lid. So that is what the completed eye looks like with the lower lash line done. So I'm going to use a brand new product today that I have never tried before. This is the Makeup Gallery Pro Liquid Liner in the color Black. I got this from my friend Steph. I believe she got it at Primark, so I'm super excited to try this liquid liner. And I'm trying to do a relatively thin cat eye. So far so good. I'm really liking this eyeliner. The tip is really fine, so I can get a super precise and skinny line. Now of course comes the hard part, where I have to do the same on the other eye. I almost always get it thicker on this eye, and then I have to thicken it up, and then so that turned out to work absolutely beautifully. I actually really like this stuff. So I'm going to line my waterlines with a black pencil. So this is Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last Liquid Eyeliner Pencil in the color Black Point. So I'm going to apply this up on my other waterline and also on my bottom waterline. So now I'm going to curl my lashes. So for my mascara, I'm also trying out something new that Steph got for me. And this is the Primark PS Amplified Definition Volume and Lift Mascara. So I'm going to add a couple coats of this to top and bottom lashes. And this is going to prep my real lashes for false lashes. By the way, if you follow me on Snapchat, you guys would have seen that 2 days ago on first day I tried to do a makeup tutorial. But I was using a new foundation and powder combination. And my face was just so yellow. It was like bright freaking yellow. And I tried to save it, but it just wasn't happening. So that video totally didn't work out. And unfortunately I didn't have enough time that day to redo it. So I didn't get a video up by then. But now at least I know not to use that foundation and powder combination, because that was a hot mess. And I think actually it was mainly the powder. The powder oxidized so bad. So as with any non-waterproof mascara I use, I apply my e.l.f. waterproof top coat on top to make sure it doesn't smear on me. And as I have said a couple times now, this is a new holy grail product for me. I use this every single day. I don't wear mascara without using this, simply because I see such a difference in how long my mascara lasts. So for lashes today, I'm going to use this Pore by Revlon. So as always, I apply my lashes with my Tweezerman tweezers and my Revlon lash glue. So you guys know I like to go over my lash line with my liquid liner. So for my lips, I'm actually going to try MAC Whirl and see how that looks. I think it's going to look cute. That's what I'm hoping. So I'm starting out with MAC Whirl lip pencil. And I'm just simply outlining my lips. So now I'm taking Whirl lipstick and applying that. And I'm just going to blot my lips. Okay, so I'm actually going to add a little bit of gloss on top. So this is Natural Collection's Juicy Lips in the color Caramel Shortcake. I think it's going to look pretty good with this lip color. So I apply a bit in the center, on top and bottom. So that just gave a little bit of gloss and dimension to my lips. Okay, so I took my hair down and I put on my jewelry. And here you guys have the finished look using the theBalm Nude Dude palette. So as always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. So take care and bye bye!